Hello everyone and welcome back for another video, and this is a very exciting video from the World Athletics Championship 2025 and the most anticipated race of the tournament, the 100 meters race, and who was going to be the fastest man in the world. The Jamaican dominated the race, so without any further ado, let's find out how it all went. The air in the stadium was electric. You could feel the tension and excitement from every single seat. Tonight, on September 14th, 2025, the world was watching the men's 100-meter final at the World Athletics Championships. This is always the main event, the one race everyone stops to see. Who would be the fastest man on the planet? The crowd was buzzing, a sea of flags waving under the bright stadium lights. For Jamaica, this race felt different. It felt like a moment of destiny was about to unfold, a return to the glory days that made their small island nation a sprinting superpower. They were all hoping for one man to deliver. That man was Seville. At just 24 years old, he carried the hopes of Jamaica on his powerful shoulders. For years, he had shown incredible promise, a sprinter with raw talent and a fierce determination to succeed. Seville had been working his way up the ranks, getting closer and closer to that top spot on the podium. This championship was his chance to prove he belonged with the greats. It wasn't just about winning a medal, it was about stepping out of the shadows of the legends who came before him and carving his own name into the history books. He had trained relentlessly for this moment, pushing his body to its absolute limits. Before the race, the stadium announcer called out the names of the finalists. Each name was met with a roar from the crowd, but when they announced Seville representing Jamaica, the noise was deafening. You could see the pride and the pressure on his face as he acknowledged the fans. He was more than just an athlete, he was a symbol of hope for a nation that lives and breathes track and field. This final was not just another race, it was the culmination of a long journey filled with hard work, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief that he could be the best in the world. The athletes settled into their blocks. A hush fell over the massive stadium as the starter raised the gun. In that moment of pure silence, you could feel the collective breath of thousands of people being held. For Seville, this was it. All the early morning training sessions, all the grueling workouts, and all the dreams of this very moment came down to less than 10 seconds of pure speed and power. He looked down the track, his eyes fixed on the finish line. He knew what he had to do. He was ready to make history for himself and for Jamaica. The crack of the starter's pistol echoed through the stadium, and the sprinters exploded from their blocks. It was a powerful start from everyone, but Seville's was simply flawless. He rose from his drive phase with perfect timing, his head coming up as he hit his top speed. The first 30 meters were a blur of motion, with all the athletes tightly packed together. But then something incredible started to happen. Seville began to pull away, his long, powerful strides eating up the track with astonishing efficiency. It was a display of pure, unadulterated speed that left the commentators breathless. As they reached the 60-meter mark, Seville had created a clear gap between himself and the rest of the field. His form was impeccable, his arms pumping in perfect rhythm with his legs. He wasn't just running, he was flying. You could see the determination etched on his face, a look of intense focus as he powered towards the finish line. The crowd was on its feet, their roar growing louder with every stride he took. They were witnessing something special, a performance that would be talked about for years to come. He was running the race of his life, and everyone in the stadium knew it. He dipped for the line, and the stadium erupted. The clock flashed up the incredible time, 9.77 seconds. It was a new personal best for Seville. It was a gold medal for Jamaica. He had done it. He was the world champion. As he slowed down, he looked back at the scoreboard, his face a mixture of disbelief and pure joy. He dropped to his knees, overcome with emotion, as the reality of his achievement began to sink in. He had not just won, he had dominated the race, leaving no doubt about who was the fastest man in the world. The other sprinters came over to congratulate him, patting him on the back in a show of great sportsmanship. But this moment belonged to Seville. He grabbed a Jamaican flag from a fan in the crowd and draped it over his shoulders. He began his victory lap, a huge smile lighting up his face as he waved to the cheering fans. This was the moment he had dreamed of since he was a young boy in Jamaica. He was on top of the world, and he had brought the 100-meter crown back home. The celebrations were just beginning. In the stands, amidst the thousands of cheering fans, one man's reaction stood out. It was Usain Bolt, the greatest sprinter of all time, the legend who had defined an era of Jamaican sprinting. He was on his feet, clapping and roaring with delight, his face beaming with pride. Bolt wasn't just watching as a former champion, he was watching as a mentor and a proud Jamaican. He had seen Seville's potential from the very beginning and had been a vocal supporter throughout his journey. Seeing him cross that finish line in first place was a truly special moment for the Sprint King. Bolt's presence in the stadium added an extra layer of magic to the night. For years, the question had been, who would be the next great Jamaican sprinter? Who could possibly follow in the footsteps of a giant like Usain Bolt? Tonight, Oblique Seville had provided the answer. As Seville made his way around the track on his victory lap, Bolt pointed down at him from the stands, a huge grin on his face. It was a symbolic passing of the torch, a sign of approval from the master to the new champion. This was more than just a win. It was the start of a new chapter for Jamaican athletics. This victory was a massive turning point for Oblique Seville's career. He was no longer just a promising talent, he was now the world champion, the man to beat. Winning the gold medal with such a stunning time of 9.77 seconds cemented his place among the elite sprinters in the world. It was a reward for all his hard work, dedication, and the belief he had in himself. This win would open up new opportunities for him and elevate his status in the sport. He was now a global star, and the pressure would be on him to continue this success. For Jamaica, the win was a moment of immense national pride. Sprinting is a part of the country's identity, and seeing a Jamaican man on top of the 100-meter podium once again meant everything. It reaffirmed their status as the sprint capital of the world. In homes and bars across the island, people were celebrating wildly. The victory brought joy and unity to the nation. Oblique Seville had not just won a race. He had lifted the spirits of an entire country and reminded the world of Jamaica's incredible legacy in track and field. Oblique Seville's journey to the top was not an easy one. It was built on years of grueling training under the watchful eye of his coach. His days were filled with relentless practice, pushing his body to its limits on the track and in the gym. He studied the art of sprinting, perfecting every detail of his race, from his start out of the blocks to his form at top speed. There were moments of doubt and setbacks along the way, but his focus never wavered. He was driven by a burning desire to be the best and to make his country proud. This victory was proof that hard work and dedication truly do pay off. This incredible moment is a huge source of inspiration for people all over Jamaica, especially the younger generation. Young boys and girls watching Seville's victory will now dream of becoming the next world champion. They see that it is possible to come from a small island and conquer the world. Seville's story shows them that with passion, discipline, and a lot of hard work, they too can achieve their goals. He's become a role model, a hero who inspires them to chase their own dreams, whether on the running track or in any other part of life. The impact of this win goes far beyond the shores of Jamaica. Athletics fans around the globe were captivated by Seville's stunning performance. His speed, grace, and humility have won him a new legion of supporters. His victory brings a fresh and exciting energy to the world of sprinting. It creates new rivalries and sets the stage for many more thrilling races in the years to come. People love to see a new champion rise, and Oblique Seville's story of triumph is one that will resonate with sports fans everywhere, reminding us all why we love athletics. As the celebrations continued late into the night, one thing was clear. This was more than just a single victory. It was a statement. Oblique Seville's gold medal run in 9.77 seconds marked the beginning of a new era for men's sprinting. He has shown the world that he is ready to carry the torch for Jamaica and build his own legacy. The future of Jamaican sprinting looks incredibly bright, and with a champion like Seville leading the way, the world will be watching every time he steps onto the track. A new king has been crowned, and his reign has only just begun. Massive congratulations to Seville, and I can't wait to see him in his next race. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel for more updates like this and to help the channel grow. Thank you.